Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our DJ and Wedding Planner podcast. Today, we're here at our house still, quarantined from everything that's going on with COVID 19. And we have a very special guest today. We have from Brides of Florida, Macky. Welcome to our podcast.
Hi guys, how you doing?
We are doing great. How are you?
I'm good, good. Just swimming, like trying to be Nemo over here.
All of us. All of us, that's for sure. That is
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Well, want to welcome you to our podcast. Hope you're doing well. I know this has been, some hard times, a little bit different than what we're used to, but we're getting through it. On our end, it's been a little bit more difficult because obviously all of our events have been, canceled or postponed. So basically, in our end, we're basically closed. Um, but for you, Mackie, I know you're trying to work with your brides and get them the stuff that they need. I mean, I know they start planning ahead of time to get their dresses, see the designs that they want, fittings and stuff like that. So tell us a little bit about what you have going on right now at this moment and what you're doing to help your brides.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk to other vendors, especially you guys. I value you and Carmen very much, especially because I like to say that a lot of people can call themselves DJs, but not everybody can be a wedding DJ. Being a wedding DJ is such a big deal, and you are so good at it. And Carmen just makes life so much easier for brides,
Thank
and
you.
it's always a pleasure to refer you guys to our brides. So thank you so much for having me here. It's good to be able to share with people, especially that are in the industry, that understand that every single person that is part of the wedding industry is just as important as one another. I always say that we're kind of like a chain. If the chain breaks in one place, somebody else is going to have to like put it together for the person that didn't do their job. So it's really important that we share with one another and help each other out, especially in this situation where we have so many heartbroken girls. I think that the hardest thing for me was that week of that ended on the 21st, a Saturday. That was the
Yes.
hardest week of my career. The hardest week of my career, because I had girls that were canceled 3 and 4 days before,
I,
and it just broke my heart.
yeah, I was in the
All
same
that
boat.
work and hearing them. But most of them, I would say 99.9%, have been so gracious and so kind and so good at making good decisions for themselves that
Mm.
I'm very proud of all my BOF brides. Very proud that they're not willing to sell out their plans for their grandparents. They're like, no, if my grandparents can't come, I'm gonna wait. And I love that.
I know.
So yeah, that's what I've seen so far. We're building new programs because we don't know. I'm a problem solver. I find like I try not to. I've ever since I was a kid, I've always been like, I don't want to look at the problem. I want to look at solutions. So I'm like plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. That's literally how I live my life. Plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D in every single situation. So when this happened, right as it happened, I was like, okay, how are we going to get this like resolved? If there is an opportunity where we are bound by this for longer periods of time. And at the beginning, we were told that we were going to be closed for 2 weeks, and then it extended another 30 days. And now it kind of sounds like the curve is not going to happen in Florida until beginning of May.
Yeah.
So we have to plan ourselves to not be open for another month after that. So how do not only do I get to customers, and is there something that I can do to reach the customer that might have not come to my shop either? So the box idea came from being able to help the girls that were freaking out, that already have their venues paid for October, September, even August, November, that are like, oh my God, where am I going to get a dress now?
Right.
And or because they were waiting because they wanted to lose weight, or they were just waiting for their income tax, whatever reason, they waited, and now they were stuck without a gown. So right now we are only taking those girls that are getting married in the next, few months, just to be able to give them priority. And then we're hoping to be able to extend the program to every person out there that wants to do this, buying their gown and trying on their dresses in the comfort of their home.
So tell us
So
exactly. Okay, so tell us exactly the process. So I'm a bride. I was actually one of your brides, but let's just say, right? I'm getting married again. And I am getting married October 15th, let's just say. And I'm freaking out because I don't have a dress. What
right.
is the process? Tell me from beginning to end.
Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is you have to fill in our questionnaire.
Okay.
In order for us to do a good Zoom bridal consultation, we don't want to waste time on asking you questions that you can just fill in. And then, so in that questionnaire, it's going to have your name, when you're getting married, where you're getting married, how many people are going with you, what is your view, what is it that you're like if you want like the big tree, or if you're doing a wedding in the church and then going somewhere else. All that information is going to be lumped into one questionnaire.
Okay.
And then we set up a bridal consultation online, the same way that you and I are having that Zoom call. In
Okay.
that Zoom call, we are going to literally give you the opportunity to show you all the dresses that match what you're looking for, your budget, so that way we can pick 5 to 8 gowns that I can send to your house so you can try them on.
Oh, perfect. Okay, speaking of budget,
That's
what is your budget? What is the average? And then what do you start? What's your highest dress?
We start at 1,000 and we go up to 4,000. The average is two. The average is $2,000. That's what the majority. The average standard budget of wedding dresses in the United States is under 2 grand.
Okay,
So
perfect.
if you have under 2,000, you're in the majority. You're in the 70% of brides.
Okay, and what about the
So that's
size?
pretty much where we are.
Okay, and then
Uh-huh.
sizes, what sizes do you have?
Okay, we carry sizes from sizes 8 to size 20 in samples.
Okay.
Um, of course, we try to do our very best to have every style out there: boho, trumpet, mermaid, fit and flare, ball gown, A-line. So that way, in all the different, you know, sizes, so that way everybody can try them on. It's a little harder for other dresses, for certain styles than others. I always like, especially when it comes to oversized 16, I want to make sure that a dress is going to fit properly and it's going to do its job. Because if I am a little bit more on the plus side, I want to make sure that has a good confection and it's going to fit properly. So yeah, so we pretty much we can order up to a size 30.
Oh, perfect.
So
Okay.
everybody falls under that category.
Okay. Awesome.
Well,
So
Mackie,
after that, after the
Mhm.
questionnaire,
Mhm.
you can we do the little bridal consultation.
Okay.
You've already picked your dresses. You've made your choices. You have your 8 gowns. We put them in a box and we take them to your house.
Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so I have them, I receive them. So now I'm able to try them on at the comfort of my home, right? Safely. And
Yes.
then
And we go back into another Zoom call together, because most of
perfect.
the time you guys are always going to have questions like, oh, am I putting it on? Like, we had one on Saturday that she was putting them. She was like, I don't fit. I'm stuck. And I'm like, you have to step into them. And she's like, oh, and then she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're like small things, but we want to be there. We want to be able to answer, oh, how does this, what did it goes, is this one come in another color? Can I do this? Can I do that? Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Oh, okay, that sounds like an experience. It sounds like fun. Definitely, because I can
It is
still have
a
my
lot.
girls, right? I can still do it with my girls. We're all there in a Zoom call.
Yes. And not just that, but you got to remember, you don't have the stress of having more brides beside you watching what you're putting on. This is a one-on-one. It's like having your own personal bridal shop in your own house, because
Love
we're going to
that.
send you everything you need. We're going to send you veils, we're going to send you accessories, we're going to send you clips, we're going to send you everything. If you want, oh, I've been looking for overskirts, we're going to send you overskirts. We're going to pack that box, or maybe two, because sometimes if they want ball gowns, there's no way I can get
Oh,
8
that's
ball gowns
right.
in one box. So we'll send you two boxes and stuff like that. But yeah, like everyone that has done it so far has loved it, and we've already gotten a bunch of yeses, and that makes me so freaking happy. And they're like, "Oh my god, like I don't have to stress about it
That's
anymore."
so awesome.
That's awesome. And now, what's the cost involved with that? Is there a cost? Do they have to put a
Yes.
deposit down? I mean, what's the process on that end?
You It's $75 in Miami-Dade. We're working on maybe extending it to other cities. But Hialeah, Coral Gables, Brickell, the beach, Miami, Homestead, all those is $75. And if you say yes to the dress on your day, on that day, you get the $75 back on your order. So you're, and I can tell you right now, you're not like just on that first bridal experience, because you don't book your box until we have that one bridal consultation. So then you can decide, is this something I want to do, or is this something I don't want to do? You're going to see their dresses, you get to choose them, and that's when you make the decision if you want to do the box or not. So 75 it comes out, and then you can get the $75 on your order.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. How long have you been in business, Mackie? How long have you had Brides of Florida?
Okay, so we started with Brides of Florida back in 2007 in a very small store, which Carmen met,
Yep.
900 square feet. And we were like all over the place at that time. Had a little bit of everything. We had bridesmaids, we had everything. And then we moved to where our current location 6 years ago, I think it was. Yeah, six
Yes, I
years
did.
ago
I did.
or
I
five.
did the grand opening. I remember DJing that event for you.
Yes, yes. And then we became brides of Florida because it was just about the bride. We got rid of everything and all we did was bride. So it like our concept changed, but then that's when we pretty much blew up from there. Like we increased to double the first year we were in the big place, and then we've been growing very steadily since then, and we hope to continue to grow the
Aw-
same way. I
Awesome,
have
awesome.
hopes.
And you will, of course. So let me ask you, what designers do you carry at the store?
My biggest designer is Maggie Sotero. We carry all of their collections. She's my favorite by far. It's because of the way they fit, and they're very budget conscious. We also have Lure, and we have an Australian designer called Madeleine as well. And we have she's new. There are only two collections with them. We have Kitty Chen as well, and we carry some of the Essence. So yeah, and then we're also always and Zwane as well. Yeah, we have a little bit of everything, to be very honest.
Okay, perfect. And then you do the alterations in the store, correct?
Yes, we have. Well, right now we don't have alterations because of all the issues that we can't have one-on-ones, and but we do. We have the alterations on the store, and then you're able to alter your dresses after you receive them. And I always recommend to do alterations within a 2-month window. It makes no sense in you doing them ahead, because if you do them ahead and you lose or you gain, you're gonna have to boom go back and pay again to get something else done. We always do alterations within a 2-month window of your wedding date.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. That's amazing. What, Mackie? What sets you apart from other bridal stores?
We are very budget conscious. We're very budget conscious. We don't have additional charges. I call myself the CarMax of the bridal industry, because we're giving you the lowest price and we're not going to be like adding more stuff. No, this is what it is. This is what it is. And we also do the rentals of veils that people take advantage of, because then that's the reason why every time you see one of our pictures, they have the wow veils, because people don't have to spend $1,000 on a wow veil. And literally, that's how much it's going to cost you, $1,000 to get a wow veil. So if you rent it, you're like sharing it with other brides, and um, you still get a wow veil.
And you have other rentals, right? Accessories, etc. Or
We don't do accessory rentals. We used to do them over there in the other little store. We don't do those anymore, but we have very affordable accessories. We have accessories that start at $40.
oh, that's really good.
So, yeah. So our most expensive ones are, and that's like the big, like Daenerys crowns that are in the 200s. But that's like I'm gonna wear like the whole like shiny do thing on my over my head. You know what I mean? So yeah, and we try again the same thing. We try to be very budget conscious because that's what our bride comes in. They know. You know, I don't want you guys to feel that, oh my god, they're gonna go over there and gonna rip me off. No, that's the least thing we want to do. So
Perfect. Perfect. I know all the girls that I always recommend, they're always so happy. They come with such a positive experience, always satisfied. So I want to thank you for that. You know, all my girls, every time I send them over, they're like, oh, we love them. They were so nice. I was able to find the perfect dress. Always positive things coming out from all, you know, from you and the rest of the girls that work with you. So thank you.
thank you. Thank you so much. And that's one of the reasons also that we decided to do something where we can keep our staff busy. Um, because, you know, we're a small business, we're a family owned business. So I don't have the millions of dollars to keep staff going, but the girls have like they're doing these, even just doing bridal appointments and not bridal appointments, but the remote ones, they keep them busy and they can still, you know, make their money, and they're so happy. They're like, yay, you know, we're doing the best that we can. Even our sim sisters are taking dresses to their house. They go, I'm getting some, so that way they can book in their hours. And that's like pretty much the goal, is to keep everybody busy so everybody can be okay through this, because we don't know how long this is going to be.
That's true. We don't have any idea. That's true.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough. I mean, we're trying all to get through it. We don't know when the end's going to be here, but we're all trying our best. What are you staying? Obviously, you're doing this program to help your clients and your staff and stuff like that. What other stuff are you doing during this time to keep yourself busy and keep everything going?
Well, right now we're also working with two of the designers, because we're one of the few stores that cooperate with Maggie Sotero on their full designs. So that's a fun part of it. So we're doing that. That always bringing the Miami flair to their gowns, and telling them, you know, what it is that the Miami brides want. And also yeah, just getting ready for switching all. Let me tell you, moving March, half of March, because it was the 21st and the 28th, those two
Mm-hmm.
weekends, plus all of April, plus all of May. That's what we're looking at, that we had to postpone. And I'm very happy that I would say maybe out of all my brides, maybe two canceled. Everybody else postponed. I have new dates for everyone. So it's no one's not going to get married. You can't take happily ever after away from anybody. Like that's it. You
That's
know, that's
true.
all we get,
That's right.
people.
Yep.
Yeah, and you cannot take away their dream dress to anybody. Come on,
Yep.
no, I'm gonna wear it no matter what. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
That's so true.
so, so yeah, so we're like transferring all that to be able to take care of everybody as it comes along. It's a big deal, and we've also been working very hard on our social media and talking about the need for people that if they do have, and if they haven't booked their vendors, to book their vendors now. Take advantage that that you're home, that you can actually work with, you know, people that are available, because more than likely the supply and demand is going to get wild
Yep.
after this is over.
Yeah.
Yep. That is so
It's going to
true.
get wild. Yeah, so everything's going to go up. Right now is chill, jump into it, because later on there's going to be a lot of demand for a lot of vendors, and there's not going to be enough, and people are going to freak out.
Yep.
So
That is so true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of that where clients are moving to, October, December. I mean, and December is one of our busiest months because on top
yeah,
of all the holiday events and everything, then you're moving all these events from, April, March, and maybe now May into those months. So you start getting limited in the amount of events that you could handle. I mean, thankfully us, we could handle, 5 to 10 events on a night, but it gets to the point where you're like, okay, I can't take anything else. And clients will wait to call you, October, November, and then you tell them, oh, sorry, I'm sold out. And they kind of get a little upset. I'm like, sorry, and especially this year. I mean, I foresee that it's going to be a little bit tougher because those dates, like the first week of December, the second week of December, they're already getting pretty much full. I mean, I've had a couple of clients that are like, no, I want you on that date. I'm like, sorry, I'm sold out already. Like me personally, I'm already booked. I could give you one of our other DJs. And they're like, no, we want you. So then we've been trying to accommodate on a Friday or a Sunday or even on a Thursday night to be able to make those dates work.
Yeah, there's only, regardless as it is, if you look, you know what, there's going to be 18 weekends
Yeah.
starting September. That's all we get. And I've had conversations with brides where they've had to move their dates from April or May, and they're like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Guys, like, you should consider going into a little later in the year than earlier in the year, because if you have to move it again, it's going to make it even worse, or might as well just lock in something that you can do." So I've had many of those conversations where I've said, you know what, just I would, if I were you, I would put September forward. That's what I would do if I were
Right.
you. If you're in that situation, and book your vendors, just book them. Especially if your vendor is giving you the opportunity to be like, listen, if we're still in this situation, we're gonna move you. It's gonna be okay. Then you're good. You can go and you can find a vendor that's gonna be always be able to stand to as that give you the opportunity just in case. But I don't think we're going to be in this situation by September. Oh, Jesus.
No.
Please,
No.
please.
Right.
I think in Florida they've made the decisions where we're in good standing. I was reading a lot of like the curve information this morning, and they were saying that it does look very good for us, that that at least in South Miami, our government has made very good choices. So as long as we keep doing what we're doing, we should be able to see that curve. And if they're already seeing the curve in New York, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
here's to hoping. But I'm not sure if they're going to allow us to have things that are going to be more than 50 people. That's where it's at. Like, are they going to allow to have meetings of more than 50? If that is not until that goes away, we're not going to be able to have normal weddings. So that's why I'm saying just wait a little bit until the summer, still everything's okay, and then grandma and grandpa can come.
Exactly. That's so true. How long is the process with the dresses now? Is it still coming, are they coming in quickly? What's the time frame?
Okay, so dresses always take 4, 6, even up to 8 months if you're doing a custom gown. Now what that means is you're getting a normal dress and you want extra bling, or you want to order it with a sleeve, or you want a different back. If you're changing a dress, then you're going to need 8 months. So that's why people tell you you should consider starting, like, buying your gown within a year before your wedding date. Like, a year is always good because you're doing it calmly. You don't have to stress out. You're going to get your dress 3, 4 months before, if you did that. If you do a regular dress the same way that you tried it on, just in your size and in the colors that it comes in, it's going to be 6 months. And then there's other dresses that are called priority dresses that are already pre-cut, so they don't have to go through the process. So those take 4. Now there's always dresses that designers have already pre-done, and they're like available for immediate delivery. But those, you have to remember that they're not the current collections. They're usually the collections before, because they've already made them. Because they're not going to cut dresses unless they know that people are being receptive to the particular dress and that's the dress they want. Positives, yes, you can get a brand new dress. Negatives, it's probably not going to be a dress that no one has been married into. That's why you want to do the new collections, because the new collections, are dresses that no one has. You want to be the first one that wears it, blah, 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 blah.
That's true.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank
What we
you.
do.
I mean, Maggie, you're definitely an awesome person in the community. You do a lot for the community. I remember a few years back when Houston got hit hard, we did the collection and we basically packed up a truck. And you helped us, get the truck. You got us donations. I mean, we did it together. We did a 24-hour live marathon on Facebook, if a lot of you remember, and we collected a full truck, a 24-foot truck full of supplies, water, clothes, food. and we took it up to
And you drove
Houston.
it.
Yeah, and I drove it up to
And you drove
Houston, and went down there and delivered it to the hardest hit areas between churches and communities. I mean, there were still houses flooded with water. It was kind of
Yeah.
a little bit devastating because you would drive through the street and you would see people's kitchen cabinets, their furnitures, their bedroom sets, pretty much on the side of the road because their house got flooded. So they're cleaning out their house, and everything that got wet and damaged, they basically pulled it out. We would stop at those houses, hand out stuff to those people, and you were a big part of it. Thank you very much for helping us with that. I mean, and this here now, it's a little bit different. I mean, we've never seen anything like this locally. I mean, I've been in business for over 25 years, and I don't think I've ever gone a whole month with no events. So it's definitely challenging times for all of us. So we're trying to stay positive and move ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, humanity and humans are resilient. We're resilient. We're not, we overcome. I mean, we, there was, in a few times that we know of in the world, there've been situations where this has happened. They've heard that, they've talked a lot about the Spanish flu. Mind you, there was no internet. There was no internet when the Spanish flu hit, and there was a lot of people that died because they didn't know. There was no like information being shared to these people. Like right now, we have immediate information. We know exactly what to do. But yeah, I think that we live in an age where not the positive thing is that we have information, but the negative thing is that we can get wrong information. So we need to be very aware of where our information is coming from, and follow the people that really know what they're doing, so that way we can stay safe, and we can do the best that we can, and we pull each other, hey beautiful, we pull each other we pull each other together, to overcome this. And one of the things that I think is that there's not many things that we value and we cherish. We don't have a lot of how do I say it? We don't have a lot of special occasions where we do things together. One of them is our weddings. Like that is one of our special things that we have. And I don't think anybody's gonna stop having weddings. That's not, but
No.
it might change, and that's why we have to prepare ourselves, and we have to be willing to move with the times and see if 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 this is a way that we're going to have to do business in the future. That's the way that we have to do business in the future. I mean, if you're going to figure out a way to have, like, to be able to reach out to your customers so they don't forget you, that's the way that you do it that way. You know what I mean? You find a way to get to your customer. And that's pretty much what we're looking at now. And not just that, but also be able to, like, I have a list. I've been writing a list because I've been calling my brides all the time. I have a list of all my health brides, my nurses, and even the receptionists, the people that work in the hospitals and with the doctors. I'm doing a list and praying for them by name every day, because I refuse. I'm like, God, please don't let me hear that one of my brides had to go through this. I please, 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 please. And I know we're going right into the beginning of it,
Right.
but if we all even just by doing this, just by us staying home and finding different ways to get to them, you're giving the opportunity to people to not go anywhere. Stay home. You can do these things from home. We're going to be just fine. Everything's going to be okay. It'll go back to normalcy, and we'll see a new day, and you're going to be there. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Without having to put anybody at risk. Because I mean, I know of a few people that are opening their store to take care of customers, and I worry for them. Not only do I worry for them, but I worry for their customers. And I don't want to say anything negative, because I understand that we all have worries, and I mean, having a business is the hardest thing anybody could ever do, especially having a brick and mortar. The retail business has been hit the hardest right now,
Yes.
even to the point where there's even stores, like big stores, that they're not even shipping out
Right.
because they close their warehouses. But we have to think that lives are worth a lot more than money. And I hope that everybody understands that and everybody's doing the best they can to not only protect their staff but also protect their customers as well.
Absolutely. Well, Mackie, let us know how our listeners could follow you, the website, your Instagram, all that good stuff.
Our Instagram is at Bryce of Florida, and that's pretty much the best way to like reach out to us. You can always email us if you need anything at all at info@bryceofflorida.net. We also are in Facebook also, and I barely understand Pinterest, so I would suggest for you not to try to reach out there. But apart from that, yeah, Instagram's the way. Instagram for us is like every day, all the time.
Yeah, and I also have the Bride of Florida .net website here on the podcast on the video, so you could find them there. And their telephone, I
Yes.
believe, is also on there. So, Mackie, thank you very much for coming on
Thank
with
you
us.
for having me.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Sorry. Hey,
Thank you so much for having
no,
me.
please. Thank you so much. And I really value your positive energy. I want to say thank you so much for that. Every day you're on Instagram, you are so active with Instagram, and you just remind the brides, we are going to be fine. Let's keep moving forward. Look at these beautiful dresses. You're going to be walking down the aisle in one of these dresses. So I'm so excited for that. Thank you so much for joining us today and bringing that to us.
Love you guys, and
Love
I know
you.
that I'll get to see you and hug you soon.
Yes, take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.